Okay, so there are two ways of deployment or two ways how you can deploy this particular project. The first thing is on the top, you have publish option. Click over there. Yeah, we have validation errors. Okay, specific column number or column name. Give me the access, please. I'm commenting out for now. You're just trying to just give me the access, please, Anand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have that.
Okay. So here you go. Properties. Sheet one you have. Analyze file, validate project. Okay. So I'm just commenting it out. So we can go and check with the deployment, but I'll tell you how to do that. Who is your tester?
Ambika and I think Shiva Sai.
Okay. Ambika, you there?
Yes, Vajran. It's a school project, right?
Yes.
School project, I think it is serious.
It's me. It's me. It's me.
Okay.
John. John.
Oh, John. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like, yeah, John, you can update.
Okay. John, one thing.
We
I'll
were
take the
actually
test data.
preparing the test scenarios,
Okay.
and I've asked him to put it in the folder after the test scenarios is prepared, but he didn't get time to prepare until yesterday night, so we are just waiting for the test scenarios to prepare.
Okay, fine. See, there are two ways how you can publish. First thing is you can connect your orchestrator. This is your orchestrator connection, right? Andy. So this
Yes.
one you can directly connect it to your orchestrator and you can update it to your personal feed workspace, or there can be tenant workspace feed or anything. So what is this personal workspace feed and tenant workspace feed? Let's go to orchestrator first for that. So this is your robot. Can you open orchestrator please for this one?
Yeah. Okay.
Guys, tell me one thing. How many of you felt that you are doing a project rather than doing some use case?
I think I have felt that we are doing some real project because the challenges are same.
Because an important interview question right now that I want to ask is, explain me about your project and tell me what are the issues you faced in your project. Marishwan, can you please explain me?
I mean, yeah, Vajran. So I'm working on Notary project.
Okay.
So, like initially, I felt difficulty with the selectors and everything.
Okay.
But yeah, after some time, I was able to understand how to identify the particular element using with the accurate selector. And now I'm facing challenges with writing the value back again to the Excel.
But let me be frank, how many years of experience like you have?
Uh, Total 5 years of experience for
In
that.
that, how many years of experience are you telling that you have in RPA or UiPath?
I will maybe go with 3 years of experience.
Okay. See, if you are going with 3 years of experience, none of the developers will have selectors issues. First, remember that important point. If you are going for an interview and if you're saying that, okay, I have selectors issue, that's the time then people will understand that you don't have any knowledge.
Okay.
Okay. So there are more things that you need to talk rather than selectors.
Yeah. Sure, Vajra.
Okay.
Really, perfect.
So this is the default workspace. This is a shared workspace. So my workspace is the one that we are seeing over here. The folder is what we are seeing. Shared workspace is the one that we share with the others. If you want to change it, change it. There are 3 users already. Let's see who are those 3 users. So these are the groups. So you can just add the groups. So if you want to share it directly or if you want to upload it directly over here, you can do that. But yeah, see, production machine will never be connected to your orchestrator directly. Is it right?
I'm not able to get you, Bajrang. What you are saying?
So
But now, Ajrang, when we are means we are on the machine, it is connected via orchestrator, na?
correct. Let's
But
assume that Ambika's machine is our production machine.
okay,
Okay. Now, is Ambika machine connected to your machine or to your orchestrator?
no.
No. Then what if Ambika machine is a production machine? Then how can we deploy the project into Ambika's machine or John?
You need to download the code and send it so that they download and put it in their orchestrator.
through GitHub.
Okay. Let's see different options. I'm trying to write a notes of it. Just a second.
Actually, Vajrang, same question asks hand over to the hand over project to the concern team. What all the things do you need?
Yeah, got it. So we need to prepare something called deployment document. Okay. But to deploy for deployment document to be prepared, you just need to know how many types of deployments are there and how can you send the code to different person. See, first thing, when you are sending the code, until and unless it is a code review, you should not send a code directly. Okay, so if it is for Anand or if it is for sorry, if it is for Ambika or if it is for John or if it is for Shivasai or Mari who are working with your code but not developing the code, then the thing that you need to do is you need to publish to your publish options, change this to custom, okay, and add it. So where is this GitHub in your machine?
Uh,
So this is RPA developer in 30 days, E RPA GitHub. Okay. E drive,
yes.
RPA developer in 30 days.
No. I think with the GitHub folder that starts. Yeah. First folder.
Okay. So here let's say that you go to Vajrang and upload the package. Team 7, right? What is your folder? What is your name? What is your folder name? School info.
Yes. Cool.
So in school info, we have data and all, but we will also add something called in school info deployment packages. Let's add one more folder to keep it separate. So all the deployment packages will be coming out here.
Excuse me, are we recording this session?
Yeah, we are. Okay. Now we selected this folder and then see there is no API key as such because that is a separate folder. Okay. Just click on next. There is no certificate that need to be signed. Just click on publish. Is it done? See now I'm not checking I'm not checking the code over here. I'm checking how can I deploy it to other machine. So can you see that there is a folder path? This is the folder path that we have, and the NuGet package is updated. Okay, so let me just add few things. Okay, first let's send the data or send the information to your tester. Your tester is John, right? Open Teams. We need to send a message to, yeah, that one. Just open it. Okay, go to Teams channel. Yep, open hyper hackers, and in that open, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I just want RP developer in 7. Yeah, that's correct. So just write a new conversation. Start with a new conversation. Yep. So you can write @J. It's not John. It's yeah, Janaya Devan.
First one.
Yeah. Okay. Hi John. Our code is ready for testing. Please check the attachment and do the test scenarios and complete the testing of the project.
Our code is ready and ready for deployment.
It's ready for deployment. That's it. There is no ready and ready for deployment.
Okay.
So, are we doing the deployment or not in the project? Because I got
Okay.
this question in the interview. Have you done any deployment? So, as you told, the production system will not be accessible, right?
Correct.
So, what should be the reply?
See, Anand and team are feeling that their code is ready for deployment.
Okay.
Okay. Now, John is the tester.
Yes.
So Anand need to give his code, whatever code package that we have developed, to John to test it.
Yeah, that is okay. The deployment process.
See, that's what.
Usually, do we do or no?
Yeah, we do. And Anand forgot to give the deployment sheet. See, let's see what John also will type. Okay. I'm trying to stimulate whatever the conversation in real environment will happen.
Yes. But my question is,
No,
as you told, the production environment is not accessible for us directly through orchestrator.
correct.
How will we do the deployment to production system?
Let's understand that John's machine is also a machine where we need to do
Okay.
testing. So that
Okay.
is a production environment. Let's assume that that's a
Uh,
test environment that we are stimulating it as a production environment.
fine. Yeah.
Okay. So any machine other than the developer machine, you can treat it as a deployment. You should not have access only to the code. That's it. Because if you are seeing with the code, you cannot do complete testing. Functional testing you cannot do.
Yes.
Okay. So John, do you have enough
Yes,
information
yes.
to do testing? But
No,
what?
actually haven't.
Yeah, but what should you exactly do? First, tell me that. Because Anand did mention what you should do. He just mentioned that the code is ready for deployment.
Okay, first I will go through the PDD
Okay, John, he
and
didn't give you any information about anything. How can you directly go to the PDD and start working on? In a real scenario, will you work like that?
No, by now we should have already gone through the PDD and prepare the scenarios. As of
Yeah.
now, there is no information on like where, how is this code is, where it is code, how will I download and put it in my orchestrator and run this. So those information we need to ask the developer.
Exactly. So John, why don't you go ahead and ask, and Amika, you need to
Yes, yes.
help John. John, you can share the screen. Guys, very important session. Not sure, I'm late and people were missing. But yeah, since I'm recording, this should work. Again, tomorrow we'll discuss again on this. John, you need to start your screen share. See, the conversations will be interesting, and let's see how things are going.
Vajrang, when we are doing development part or we are sending the code to concerned department like production environment, along with Nugget package, we are sending some document or we are sending only Nugget package.
See, if you just send only Nugget package, what the testing team or someone will do? They will just deploy, but how can they run the bot? How can they start with the triggers and all? Those are missing, right? So of course you need to send document as well. That's what is missing, and Ambika will ask John to go get the document first rather than going with the testing. Is it right, Ambika?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, please. John, please share your screen.
John, he's in the call. I'm not sure.
Yeah, John is there. John, are you there? Ambika, take one of your tester and start conversation.
Okay.
I cannot wait for John.
Yeah. Teams. Okay. Post.
Do you have another tester?
I can reply to him. It's okay. On the.
No, no, I don't want you to reply. I want one of your tester to reply.
Okay. Anybody want to Arpita?
Sorry, I'm not able to present my screen actually. I want to join from my laptop, but I don't know what happened. I'm not able to join from the laptop.
That's fine, John. Let's go with others.
Okay.
With the
Yeah.
first.
Who else is in the call? Kavita or Aparna, can you share your screen?
Yeah, Amika, sure. I can share my screen. Yeah. Yep. So are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
No, no, don't start a new conversation. You need to reply for that. So just treat this conversation as an email exchange that's happening between two members or within the team completely.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, reply back. So what do you need to ask?
Okay. I need to ask for Nugget package to review the code and testing.
Okay, if you just get the Nugget package, will that be enough for you?
Test data sheet. As of now, we can download from the environment.
I think test data can give by BA, right?
Guys, don't assume anything. That's what I'm saying. Don't assume. If you don't have it, ask the developer.
Okay. So can I write the same?
Yes. Hi, Anand. Please provide us all the documents and the packages required for testing. Okay, you also need to list out the documents, right?
So here we are asking all the STD and everything.
You need not check with SJD because SJD you will not have the information about the code. All you need to test is with the package itself. Okay, so packages, comma, and so you just need to mention what are the documents.
Okay.
Okay, just edit that comment, please. Edit that comment.
So where can
On
I
the
edit
right
them?
side there are three dots, right? There you can edit. Yeah, when you
Okay.
move,
Yes.
scroll down, not that one. Yeah, edit.
Edit.
Okay, just type shift enter or alt enter, then it will go to the next line.
Okay.
Yeah, first one is deployment document, PDDs. So why are we asking PDDs? See, after a complete team gets a PDD, then there might be some changes within the team and they might have a separate or a new version of the PDD.
Okay.
So we are just confirming that this is the only thing that we need to test and nothing else. Okay. Deployment document, PDDs, and what else do we need? NuGet package. Okay. Enter,
Okay.
please.
So can I know what do we have in, usually what mentioned in deployment document?
Everything that need for you to move your code to your orchestrator.
Okay.
See, as a tester, your task is to, though you understand the technicalities and though you get the orchestrator details and all, you know everything, you should get the details first from the development team. We don't know what are the assets that they have created, how many uh, environments that they have created, how to deploy a project first thing. You don't have that information,
Uh,
right, Aparna?
yes, we don't have that information.
Okay. So for now, what we will do is, Anand,
Yeah, Vaishnav.
yeah. So testing team or team is asking for these kind of documents. Now, what is your reply for them?
So PDD I have, so I can share it. Deployment document, I'm not sure what it is.
Okay. Okay, go. Let me just share you with the deployment document. I think none of you know. 6. So copy link files. Hmm, no. Okay, in Team 7, just click on Team 7, please. Team 7 files. I have created a new deployment sheet.
So Vajran, are you telling me?
Yeah, you can open. Everyone can see in their Teams files. Team 7 files. Go to the top. Yeah, deployment sheet. Open that, please. Deployment sheet. At the bottom, it's
Uh,
there.
oh yeah. Okay.
Open that. So here they are writing what are the different steps that we need for the deployment to be completed. Okay. So Anand, what you need to do, you need to update this one according to their process, according to your process.
Bajrang, it looks like it is uh, these are like standard steps, and the row number 4, which is upload package file, new package, is only thing where we can edit.
Okay. Go ahead. So, what is your question?
So I'm checking whether it is my understanding is correct or not.
Okay. See, that's a dummy deployment sheet, as you have mentioned, and you cannot get all the details in that sheet. I have just now uploaded a UAT deployment sheet. Can you please open that?
Click on back in the deployment sheet
Yeah,
itself.
you can just close, please. Close this one.
Okay.
Yep. So there is a one more file that just now I uploaded, UAT deployment.
Okay. Did you?
So these are things that you need to go ahead and test it. Like if you want to see all the applications need to be installed and tested. Do you have this one or not? So you need a list of applications to be installed and steps to be tested to make sure application works.
Okay.
Okay, and create a package. Okay, then what we need to do after successful login to Orchestrator, navigate to Orchestrator tenant, go to packages, click on upload package, browse for the specified location where the package is downloaded and saved. So this is unattended testing, but what is your package? School package, right?
Mine is notary.
No, not yours,
I'm not
Anand.
yeah.
John,
Yeah.
John is school, but the current one is school. Yes.
Yes. So please verify if the package is uploaded successfully. Queue name to be added, whatever the queue name. Okay. Project 1 queue is the queue name. Click on, so how to create a queue? These are the steps that we are giving them. Like click on queue, add a queue, add new queue, give name, project 1 queue, description, is it unique reference or auto retry? Click on add. So you need to give all the details to create a queue. Okay. Then create a process. Okay. Then what are the steps? Then create a trigger. Then how to test a job. Okay. On the first one, there are assets. Go to the assets, please. Go to the asset sheet.
Okay.
So what are we giving over here?
It's asset name. Asset.
So all the assets that we need in this project should be given over here.
Okay.
So here it is just a message. So Anand, do you have any assets in your orchestrator?
No,
Sorry?
no.
No. But normally you should have it. Or else your code will be completely static, right? I'll tell you why you need to have it as well. Okay. So these are assets, right? Okay, fine. Go to the next step, next page, sheets, steps. Yeah. So see here, download. So normally what they have done in the previous stream is they have created the steps. Download the NuGet package from the GitHub repository and store it to a specific location. Okay. Now navigate it to client orchestrator. So let's assume that Anand gives you this project or this sheet. So Anand, go back. Let's share your screen, please.
Okay.
Now open UAT deployment. Not here, the Excel sheet.
Okay.
You need to give the team that you have completed. Not this one, please. Just go
Yeah,
to Teams
close
and
it.
update because everyone will have the access for it. Go to Teams, Teams.
Yeah, yeah, you got
No,
it.
no, don't open in local. Go to Teams and open, or else we need to upload it again, right? Yeah, open that directly. Yes, this is what I want. Now add the steps respective to your process. You can go into steps directly. Go to steps directly. So do you have any assets?
No.
Go to assets and remove the assets that you don't require.
Uh, Want me to delete this row?
Yeah, because that's not required, right? You're giving only the things that are required for the project deployment, nothing else.
Okay.
Save it. Steps, okay. So download the NuGet package is what you're telling, test project. So what is your package name? Upload it here, update it here. Is that the correct file name? Just go back to the file and check. You have deployed it in E drive, right?
Yeah. Uh,
Deployment packages.
School.info.
Open that. Yeah. See, this is the name that you need to give. It's not any random name.
Uh, I have to open this NuGet package.
You cannot open, you need to send that package to others. You need to rename, you need to copy the name and give it in the Excel sheet that you need to download from this package. Is it done?
Yeah.
Okay. So other steps can be continued. Just check with the steps and then continue, please. Navigate to orchestrated tenant, go to packages, click on update package, click on update. Now once the package, navigate to decide shared folder. Okay. Go to assets tab, click on add asset, create asset as per the details mentioned in the asset sheet. Please verify if the asset is successfully created in the correct details. Navigate to Home tab in Orchestrator folder, process name. Type package name and select the required package. So do you think this should be enough for them to test it?
No, sure you can.
Okay. Just click on close. Okay. Let's go to Teams and reply back stating that this is the deployment sheet and also upload your NuGet package over here. Do you have separate school info, right? Folder?
Yes.
Yeah. Go to school info folder.
School.
Here in the Teams channel. Yeah, school. Open school. School.
Yeah.
Open that. Yeah, upload the package over here. It's in Vajrang folder. Don't forget that. See, you're not sending the code, just remember that. All you're sending is your library or NuGet package. Okay, go back to Teams 7 and in the post, just reply back. Okay, so reply, Aparna, it's Khota Aparna, not first one. Updated deployment sheet as well as NuGet package. Please get it from here and give the links.
Can you repeat? Added new dot.
And deployment sheet. So be ready to answer the questions at the end, please. Yeah, you just need to click on the link at the bottom. See, where did you add the files? You haven't added, right? How can Aparna know it? You should also add the files or give the links over here. Edit the comment, please. Edit, edit. Yeah. Just click on the link, file link at the bottom. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, correct. Attach. So browse teams and channels. Yeah. So go to school. Yes, that one. Click on that. Yes, share link. So you're giving access. Click one more. Like you can add one more attachment. Scroll down and you will see it. So you see it again. Yeah. So first thing is you have updated. What have you updated?
New dot package.
So that is
Here.
the code. Now you need to upload the deployment sheet as well, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Go ahead and do it. UAT deployment. Yes. Okay. So now, Aparna, it's your time.
Yeah, Vajra, do you want me to share the screen?
Yes, please. Please do that. See, all we are doing is we are creating a conversation so that other team accepts it. See, testing team is very important, and if they reject your code, the code will never move to any further environment until they approve it.
Yeah, I hope you see my screen.
Yes, so
Yes.
just reply back stating that, okay, I'll check and I will reply. I'll start with the testing process.
Okay, so I think we need PPD also, right?
Which PPT? PDD.
Yeah, PPD.
It's PDD, process definition document.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes. So ask him if you don't have it. We're waiting. Anand, be ready with your PDD. Have you prepared one? Anand? Anand,
I
Yes.
think
Yes. Yes. Yes.
have you prepared the PDD or not?
Yes. Yes. I have prepared.
Okay. So meanwhile, you can go ahead and you can download the NuGet package, Aparna. And deployment sheet you can open. Just change the name or else. Okay, fine. So follow the steps and go to your orchestrator.
Mm-hmm. Let me open this.
Is your orchestrator connected to your machine?
Yes, Virtual.
So we are treating Aparna's machine is also as a production machine or any kind of different machine where we are deploying our code and testing. And this is the same process we'll do for deployment as well. We'll not have access for the machine, but we'll have access only for the orchestrator. So you just need to go ahead and deploy or upload the package over here. First thing, is Anand's machine connected to Aparna or
No,
Aparna's orchestrator?
no.
No.
So this is a complete new environment for the NuGet package at least. Is it right?
Yes, yes. One doubt is like if we don't know the tenant name,
Hmm.
where it will be deployed, or we don't know how some of the details, then
Hmm.
we can just give it in general. Whatever the existing tenant, you can just download the deployment package there and
Wrong
execute.
question asked. The right question is, please give me all the details about packages and tenants that should be asked to developer.
Okay, tenant also.
Everything.
Okay, okay.
Everything, right? Then how will you know?
No, each person's orchestrated tenant will be different, right?
See,
So,
one thing, don't treat this each person's orchestrator. This is your organization orchestrator. John or Anand's machine is a development environment. That's a
yes,
development orchestrator.
yes,
Now, Aparna's machine is not her personal machine. This is a testing environment we are trying to do.
okay, okay.
Okay. So don't treat these as your personal orchestrators. These are your production
Mm,
machines, production orchestrators, and production folders where you are connecting with your local machine just to make sure you deploy them and you can work them. That's it. But in real
okay,
scenario, this is what will happen. You just will have the access for orchestrator. You will ask each and every step that you need to do.
okay, okay.
You cannot go on a blind and say that, okay, I can deploy it in your orchestrator because your orchestrator can be a different production machine or different environment where it's not at all linked.
Understand. Yeah, yeah, understand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I want to deploy it in Aparna's orchestrator, if I give to Akshay, Akshay may deploy it in his orchestrator where his orchestrator users are different.
Yes, yes,
A
yeah.
developer should
Thank-
tell you where that should be deployed.
Okay,
A
thank.
solution, a solution architect should guide them where that particular process because he is the person who is checking where the process and allocating the resources, right?
Yes, 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 yeah. Understand.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes. Now you can go through the document and upload, follow the steps and try to work.
Okay. Hurry.
Okay. This week we'll do complete testing. Just understand that because you also need to see what are the test cases and all. But Ambika, you should be very quick. You cannot do testing for a complete week.
yes, yes, yeah. Sure, sure.
It will be only 1 or 2 days.
Yeah,
Today, if you start, you need to collect the test details as well as the test documents from each and everyone, and that should be deployed into GitHub. It should not be deployed into your local machines, or you cannot send it like this. See, we have
Okay.
created a folder and we have deployed it,
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not able to open the document there, so I'm opening from here.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah.
It's not the correct document that you're opening.
Okay. Okay. So which one is it?
UAT deployment.
Okay.
Go to steps. Yep.
Okay, download package, navigate to client docs.
Just follow the steps. See, uh, in actual scenario also, we'll do the same. We will give a Excel file where we have each and every minute details. Like you're clicking over here, right? Even that we will mention. Like go to the tenant, click on packages, and then upload a package.
Okay, how we are going to
Anand, the problem that normally testers will have is they don't know what they will do. So you need to guide them. So this is some kind of deployment, so you need to guide them. Okay?
So do I need to upload this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Click on upload.
Yeah, I already browsed.
So we'll be completing our session in 5 minutes, but by then this will be completed. Click on upload, please.
Where can I see the upload button? Okay, right here. Okay.
So it is just checking whether any process can be upgraded. So there are no processes that are upgraded. Just click on close. Okay. Then what you need to do?
We need to verify if the package is uploaded or not.
Okay. Is it uploaded?
Yeah, school info, it is uploaded.
Okay.
Okay, once the package is available. Assist. So do we need to go assets tab?
Yes. So where is the assets tab?
Maybe my workspace.
So you're telling maybe, so Ambika, you need to comment, just write in the comments because she's working, right? Just write in the comment stating that proper details are not mentioned on what is the folder name.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, click on assets. But do you have assets for this process?
For this process, no.
Okay. So they have given you wrong guidance or developer team have given you wrong steps. Okay. For now, leave it. Yeah, please continue.
Process.
Okay.
So do I need to click add process?
Is it mentioned?
You check there.
No, I didn't say add process. Type the package.
Tenant and go to the packages. This upload, the second one is done, right? Then once the package is successfully uploaded, follow the below one. So orchestrator folder share, you can just assets are actually you can just ignore. Then you can just go to the home page of the orchestrator and click on the processes. Yes, under the home page and try to type the package name there. Package name also actually they should mention. Yeah. See the drop down. Check the drop down once. Then package. Okay. Do you remember the name? School info, right?
But it should be available, right? Package name we already down.
It's not mandatory. Just type in. If it is there, then you
School.
will get it.
You can just click on school. Type that school.
Okay, not available. Go to default or UiPath. Now search for it. I think it should be there in the default if I'm not wrong. Add process. Yep. Package. Yep. Here it is. Okay. So the main interface is in.xml. So click on next. Okay. Click on next. So did they give you any display name?
Open the Excel. Display name. Enter the display name and description as per the client requirements. Then we give the display name actually.
So that's a wrong requirement that they have provided. Ambika,
They have
you need to make sure your test documents are completely available.
Yeah.
Okay. Just drop out emails, drop out Teams notes, whatever you want, because you have access to all the names, right? All the teams, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Yes. You should not do it. You should make your team to do it. Just in case. Okay. Yeah. Display name. Just go ahead and give it as a school info. Yeah. Create.
So the blank process is created.
Yes. Just click on play and start.
Yeah.
Check in the jobs. Is it starting or not? Jobs. On the top, there are jobs next to process. Yeah. Okay. Open the logs. So what is the error?
Workbook does not exist.
So normally you create reproduction steps as well as you take a screenshot as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whenever there is an error, yes.
Yes. So can we do it quickly?
Okay.
Please take a screenshot and put it in the Teams and say that we don't have the workbook or input data, Excel. Please provide us.
So what you can do, go to Team 7 and then go to, so there is a separate place, right? So Ambika, you do it. I think Aparna don't have the access for now. Just take a screenshot.
Take a screenshot and put it in the messenger.
Go to school info folder. Go to school info Teams channel. You have a group, right? For school info.
No, I am
If
not
you're
in
not in
that
the
group.
group, and you can put it in the current chat. You can just put it the screenshot and take the screenshot and put it there.
Okay. Can I keep it here?
Yeah, go ahead, please. Or else what you can do, I think that this is not the chat. On the top, you have the chat. Just go to the top. Anand, yeah. Here, reply. Keep at the rate Anand. Testing failed because I cannot deploy the process or I cannot execute
As
the
workbook
process.
is not available, please provide the same.
Yes, please check back and please check it and revert back. But this should be done in a proper conversation over communication over emails, or it should be done because you should have information that testing team is working and development team did not give correct details. See, there will always be a blame game in the team's
Provide the same.
meetings. Okay, the blame game will still be there. Blame the situation, don't blame a person anytime. Instead of saying, Anand, you didn't give the test environment, just say that team 7. Remove Anand over there. So you are not talking to Anand, you are talking to complete team. You also need to know keep at the rate and then team 7. Just add at the rate in the before team space at the rate team 7 RPA dev team 7. Yeah, enter. Okay. So whenever you are facing the issue, if it is development team, keep it to the complete team, not only to a single person. Okay. So even if Anand is not available, others can check with the data. And you also need to add a screenshot, Aparna. Just edit it and paste it. Paste. Control V. Yep. And then enter. So now what Anand will do, he will check with the logs and then he will come back. So is the deployment successful, guys?
Deployment is successful, but yeah, testing we couldn't proceed.
Yes. So deployment is successful, or you can say that deployment failed, right? Testing, if it's not a success scenario, then deployment is failure.
No, we were able to execute the process, right? So until then, the deployment is done. Whereas testing, we need more details or more info.
Don't treat this one right now as a testing. Let's assume that this is a production environment.
Okay, okay.
Just treat it as a production environment. Now, if you are taking it as a production environment, will you test it?
No, I will not be able to test.
So, what is this now? Is it a deployment failure or success?
Failure.
Exactly. So, Ambika, just go ahead and reply back stating that, hi team, deployment failed. So let's correct, please correct back all the issues and send us the correct data. You write it because you're the lead, right?
Yeah, I'm writing it.
We are on blank. Okay,
Yes.
so let's take some questions. We still have 3 more minutes. How many of
Sure.
you have attended interviews and do you have any interviews now? Okay, Ambika replied back to everyone stating that the deployment is failed. Thank you so much, Ambika. And when are you
Vajrang,
planning? Yes, Akshay, tell me.
in interview they asked if we are using modern activity, which bot we need to use, unattended or attended one?
See, it doesn't matter. Modern activities doesn't define you to be an attended or unattended bot. It's your sole requirement.
We can execute both bot, right?
Yeah, correct.
As per our license availability.
Correct.
And one more question they ask, if we have a modern project. Again, same type of question. They ask if we have a modern design project, which folder we need to apply, like classical one or modern one.
It should be modern.
It should be modern.
Modern, yeah.
Okay. Means if when we
we
have
have
modern
modern
design
design
of
of
RE
RE
framework,
framework,
when
when
we
we
are
are
enabled
enabled
modern
modern
No,
design,
design,
no, 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 no,
then
no, no, no. That's wrong. See, modern design is only for the activities, not for RE framework. RE framework is a template.
okay,
okay,
okay.
okay.
Okay, just check with the design. So for workbook, we have new designs. For like the usage is different now. Earlier, you have element exist or wait for element. Now there is some activity called check app state. In that, we have added all these sub activities.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so RE framework is a template. It's just a code with a state machine framework or state machine. But inside that, you need to see
So
your
then, if
activities.
they
They
are
are
asking
asking
about a
about a
modern
modern
design
design
project,
project.
what
What
does
does
it
it
mean?
mean?
Okay. See, after 2021, they have included a new concept called modern design and modern folders. From 2022, next environment, there will not be any classic folders. So what is the difference between modern folders and classic folders? Okay, we still have Aparna, right? So Aparna, can you please share your screen?
Yeah, sure, Rachel.
In modern
Modern
folder,
folder,
we
we
don't
don't
require
require
provisioning
provisioning
of
of
bot.
bot.
It
It
will
will
automatically
automatically
take.
take.
But
But
in
in
classical
classical
folder,
folder,
we
we
manually
manually
provisioning the
provisioning the
bot.
bot.
So that's partly correct and partly wrong. Okay, go to orchestrator, please.
Okay.
See, default folder is a classic folder over here. Okay, and inside default folder, you cannot create a subfolder. If you go to My Workspace, click on My Workspace. Here, you will have an option to create a subfolder. Click on the top right. There is a plus icon.
Where exactly? Okay, here.
Create new. See, for modern folders, you have separate process, separate trigger, separate queue, separate asset bucket. But in classic folder, what was the issue that we previously faced is all these are on a single level. Like if I am a HR team, I should not have access for an accounts team packages. Is it right?
Yes.
If school team is working, their workspace should be different than what I am working. Aparna, please give me the access. Okay. Now, here if you see in the tenants, you have packages, right? But these packages are not accessible in my workspace. Or if you see in the default, you are not able to select with the packages. Is it right? Process. There is add process. So let's just click on add process. So see here. Okay, this is there. My workspace. Let's see. Add process. Can you see here? If you process is using UiPath activities, you need version 1.9 or higher in order to execute in modern folder. So if you want to use modern folder, like this is a modern folder, if you need to use it, the requirement is your UiPath system activities should be of version 119.9 or greater. Okay, so how can you test it or how can you check? See, this one here you have packages, right? Can you see UiPath automation activities? UiPath
Yes, yes.
system activities.
Yes.
So manage packages. They are just asking you to select anything above 19.1. UiPath system activities, UiPath automation activities. So here you go. Can you see that there are package versions 19.10? So above this, anything you can use. There are too many packages that are released, so you can use them. So right now, whatever you're using is correct. Okay, but if you are using any legacy folder, you need to switch back to the previous versions of activities.
Legacy folder means classical one, right,
These are
Vishal?
the classical ones. Yes.
Okay.
Now, how can you know which folders or how can you stick with the folders? See here you have folders, right? You have default folder and UiPath. Okay. See, in default folder, you will not have an access to create a subfolder. Everything is maintained at a package level. But in UiPath, this is a modern folder. If you want, you can just create a subfolder. So this is a separate team now. Okay. And here you go with, let's say that this is school project. Create. So now everything that is related to this school will stay in the school. Other teams will not have access for that. We have Notary as well. Click on this. Create. Okay. So if you go here, you have two folders now. Okay. In classic folder, we will have environments. So this is how we are dividing our code. Environment, development environment, or if it is a separate team, you have school team. That is the environments that we are creating in classic folders. In modern folders, you will not have a name called environment because you are already dividing it with folders.
Okay.
So these folders are environments for you. Okay. So what you can do is connect your machines, work with both. So here you have Notary, right? Let's say my folders, UiPath, Orchestrator. So let's go with tenant, folders. Okay. Create a folder. So there is one more thing. You can select the type of folder, modern folder or classic folder. Okay. And if you have observed, there is separate thing called tenant package field or create a new package field for this folder. So if you check this, what exactly will happen is, let's say, so this is a private folder with separate feed space. Now when you click on this, your packages will not come from tenant. So this is a tenant package, right? But private folder, you have separate processes and separate packages. Add a process. So you can click and drag and drop a file, school info, or you can just rename it or something. Okay, open. Okay, submit. This is school info again. Click on next. Aparna, your video is on. Please turn it off. I'm sorry to trouble you at the late night.
No worries.
Okay, let me turn off for you. She left. Nice. Okay, let's wait for her to come back. Any other question? But did you get the points that I mentioned? Like what are the differences and all?
Yes, Bajrang, I got the point.
Just try to
And
work on it.
one more question, Bajrang.
Yeah.
They ask like in object repository in element part we can change or we can use variable part or custom string.
You can use.
We can also use custom string as per our requirement, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
And here what's done, yes, for the, do we use same version like communication or do we need to download anything else for the company?
Okay. You need, can you park that question for me? But I'll tell you the answer. But just park that question so that we can just write it in the notes, John. Teams notes tomorrow, add tomorrow's date and add that question so that I can give you clear explanation. So, UiPath have a release cycle. Okay, so on every April and every October, they will release a UiPath new version that is for community or for whatever it is. So that is the timeline that they have. So now this is April, right? 2022.4 will be the new version. Fourth month, 4th April, 4th is the month. So that is the new version. And in the month of October, they will release 2022.10. Okay. Normally, what will happen in the environments or in the organizations is they will not go with the latest version. They will take time to make sure that the application is stable. So you need to tell some version that is 1 year prior to the current version. So if it is 2022.10, so if you remember, I said that there are two release cycles, right? March and sorry, April and October.
April and October, yes.
So the previous version that is released is 2021.10
Yes.
enterprise version. So you need to tell that I'm working from 2021.4 and right now we are trying to upgrade to 2021.10. Did I answer your question? John, unmute and talk, please.
Sorry, yes, yes, we need to mention that 1 years back one.
1 year back one, just see, if you are a standard organization, you will not deploy or take the package right away, right? You cannot do that because there are a lot of system dependencies. You don't know which process will fail, which process will be successful. If there are any activities that are changed, suddenly if you bring in modern activities, how the automations will react. You need to do all the testing process. You cannot go with the current version. Is it right or not?
Yes,
Yes.
So for that,
Means
what we
Bajrang, we need to tell 2020, right?
2021.4 is the best bet right now because it's already
Okay.
about 1 year.
Okay. Okay.
And if you're having experience of if you're facing experience of 3 to 4 years, you need to see what are the previous versions or previous versions that UiPath released. For example, 2019, 2020, and 2021. You should be able to have an understanding on all these three versions. So when I say versions, it's nothing different. Only some activities will be updated or some activities will be removed.
Okay. Okay. One question is from the today's session, like you mentioned for 3 years experience, they will not face any challenges with the selectors, right? So what else is the challenges they face after like 2 to 3 years? If
Yep.
not selectors, if not understanding the process, if not about the activities, what are the other challenges they face?
It's the process.
Okay, process in the sense it's like a new process. They have to understand, they have to think like what is the best practice to use.
Okay. So the thing is,
Those are
right
the
now, Anand did not provide you enough requirements.
mm-hmm.
Okay. So, see, when you are working for the past 3 years, why will you still have issues with the selectors? You should be able to understand how to work with the selectors and how to do some click activity, how to write some dynamic variables, and how to add some dynamic selectors.
Okay, okay.
If you're placing some 3 to 4 years of experience in your resume, and if you're saying that okay, I have this selector issue, and I'm not able to really work with it, then boss, you are working for on that for 3 years. Why are you still facing issues with the selectors?
Okay. because the application or the UI may change, right, whenever they reload or something like that.
So that's what you need to mention. You need to mention that application is not stable. When we are
Uh-huh.
working with selectors or when we are trying to add on some elements, the application is pretty dynamic and it's not loading properly. Sometimes applications crashes and we may need to rethink on how to stabilize it. Now the answer, again, the question can be, how did you solve it?
Okay.
Okay. Now you have given him that your problem, but you also need to tell them what and how you solved it.
Yes.
Okay, then I can, what I normally say is, see, if you go with Chrome, then this is not stable, but Internet Explorer is stable for this process
Okay. Okay.
because we are able to access all the elements, and that is developed on Java. So Java main concept is to work on Internet Explorer rather than other applications. If you have seen some legacy applications,
Mm-hmm.
applications or browsers or web applications are built on Internet Explorer.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, so I suggested them to use Internet Explorer, and the only problem that we had is with the maintenance, but they are not ready to upgrade it for the next 2 to 3 years. So the process can be stabilized and we can go with the deployment.
Okay.
See, I never go with selectors.
Okay.
Like Bajrang, application part, what more challenges we can tell if they ask?
You can tell anything. See, the requirements that you have got are not what exactly. So they have set the process. So when you go as a solution architect level, or when you check with on a expert level, you need to know the process. What you can say is, okay, they have given you the process, but the process is not standardized. The process is pretty dynamic. They don't have a proper folder structure. They don't have proper templates because a bot cannot understand a dynamic project, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, means we do not need to tell activity problem, right?
Yes, correct. See, if you don't tell about activity problems, it means that you have more experience than activities, more other problems that you have.
Okay.
What you can talk about is, okay, I have the issue with the process. Process is not standardized. They don't have proper metrics to measure the process. So my task became to actually to standardize the process and tell them this is what they need to do first. And to make sure for 1 week they were able to do it correctly without missing any step. Then we implemented a bot process for them. So in that process, what we tend to do, we tend to create some templates, we tend to create some folder structures, we tend to create some particular process flows for the bot to work on in future. See the difference by answering this type of answers and as well as with respect to selectors. If there is a person who is having 2 years of experience, he will never know what you're telling because you're telling him to a manager level or to a expert level, but he might be asking you questions at a intermediate level or with respect to activities. Okay, so let's stop it for today. Sorry for taking extra time, and let's go. Briu, I will have a interview this week for the support position non-RPA requiring knowledge on. Okay, but for this position, they are looking for someone able to bring proposals for internal improvements and RPA process. Comes in the talk. Okay. Briu, what you can do is you now know the process. Can you please unmute, please?
Yes, I'm on mute.
Yeah. So now, do you know how we are working with the processes and how exactly are we creating deployment sheets and how are we checking with the process and all? Did you have an idea right now? Like how exactly are we doing?
I start to have an idea.
Yeah.
Details, I cannot say that I got all the details,
Okay.
but I have the picture
Yeah.
and some understanding, yes.
Yes. So if they are asking you to bring in some process, you can bring in your expertise. You can tell where exactly you have implemented some repetitive process and added RPA to it. Okay. So if you are saying that there is Google Sheets, HTML sheets, maybe they're trying to pull some data from Google Sheets. You have activities for them. Okay. There are some repetitive steps. How can you bring in RPA to their place? So that's what you just think and try to frame out some story out of it. Did you get it, Ryu?
I did not hear you perfectly, actually. I'm
Okay.
sorry, but
So what you can tell is you can tell that you are working as an RPA developer or as an RPA architect or business analyst, where you are trying to bring in new use cases to the team. Okay, and also you're giving them guidance and you are giving them work and giving them work breakdown structure, like you have done in the Google Sheet earlier, right?
right, okay,
Yeah, so you have taken a complete project, divided into subtasks and submodules, and assigned it to your team, and you're monitoring every day what they have done. If they are stuck at some place, you're trying to solve them.
okay, all right.
Yeah. So this is the kind of work that you're currently doing, and you can propose the same work.
Okay, it is relevant that I mentioned this, although it was just a very small experience,
No,
you think? Yes.
but that experience is very important for someone to actually check at a lead level.
Okay.
Okay, because if there is a team who can develop, you can obviously lead any kind of team. You need not work with the code over there.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you. All right.
Okay, thank you. Anand, you want to talk something? Thank you, Briyu. Yeah, all the best for your
Thank,
interview.
thank you.
Yeah, Vajral, I want to have just one-on-one for 2 minutes or something.
You want to take it now?
Anywhere, either now or let's say any time when you are available.
Okay, let's complete if there are any questions and let others leave and then we can
Uh,
discuss.
Sorry, Vajra.
Yep.
Just my question is that my employer, he asked me to download UiPath. Am I need to download Studio or which one?
Download UiPath community. Whatever,
Community one.
yeah. If
Okay.
they,
And
if
here
they,
one.
i-
Yes,
just a
please.
second. See, licenses are provided from orchestrator. If your organization is taking a trial license, then you will obviously get a trial license. Or if they are
Okay.
taking, yeah. So there is no difference. One thing, guys, there is no difference between community version, trial version, and production version with respect to studio and the activities. The only difference is with the licensing model. In community version, you get one production license, two development licenses. In trial version for 60 days, you will get five production licenses, non five unattended bot licenses, and five development licenses. In production or in the live environment, or you can purchase as many licenses as you want. There is no limitation.
Okay, that's great. And here, it's if I download now, that I'm going to get 21.10, right?
Exactly. You cannot download the previous versions for community. But if you go for an enterprise license, you can download as per your requirement.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, that's it for today. I'll stopping the screen recording, so don't ask interview important questions.